Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome once again to another Fiery Friends stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day where you are at. I don't know why, but I'm super duper jazzed to be here today. I'm feeling, as you can say, energized to be here. But what does that all mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. And again, let's see, wait, where am I at? Where am I at? Come on. Oh, there we are. There we go. Great, great. Someday I'll get that fixed, everyone. It won't be like that all the time. But any case, welcome again once to another wonderful, awesome Wednesday stream, everybody. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm feeling super duper energized for today's deck. I don't know why, but I figured, you know what? I think it's probably because, again, this is basically a build that I put together a while ago, but it's actually built based upon my own personal deck. Yes, that's right. So without further ado today, join me in the timeless format, and we're going to be doing some stream for the next couple hours for a deck that I'm simply calling Get Energized. So that's basically the deck for today, everybody. If you are new to my format and trying to figure out, again, how does this all work? Well, basically, we're just going to start, of course, with going over the stats of the deck. We're going to talk about the deck in depth a little bit here. We'll then try to get in for the first half of the stream as many best of one battles. And I think I'm going to mix it up starting moving forward from now, where the second half is going to be best of three. Just that way we have a fair shot of showing you the deck from both sides. But otherwise, again, as I mentioned, this is all based upon a deck that actually I put together myself, although I will concede with one thing. It's slightly upgraded for my actual real one because I unfortunately don't have enough money, of course, to get things such as fetch lands here, but it is, of course, all valid in the timeless format. You actually can convert this over to modern if you want to do this in paper. And the main reason why I wanted to do this deck was also just because I was kind of tired of playing the same old Boros Energy deck. So I wanted to see if I can kind of throw it back to one of the original decks that got me back into Magic about, what now, 8 years ago? Oh, geez, it's been so long now, but you get the idea. Any case, let's go ahead, let's talk about the stats of the deck first off, before we jump right completely into it. So, as you can see today, our Timeless Energy deck is going to be Temur colors. So that means it's going to be blue, red, and green. You're looking at an average mana curve about 2.1. We're going to rock 21 creatures in the deck, 12 instants, 4 sorceries, 4 artifacts, 1 enchantment, 2 planeswalkers actually, and 20 lands. We've got quite the variety today of cards. It may look like it's a little under in terms of lands, but trust me when I'm talking about this deck, it actually works perfectly well with what we're trying to do. So, what exactly is the game plan? Well, this is going to be the old school style of energy. Most of you who are already playing in Timeless probably are already sick to death of Boros Energy, but not going to lie, it is a very powerful archetype because of its versatility. However, we're going to see if we can try to pull it back to the original deck that made this whole energy menace what it is today. So, this is, as I mentioned before, it's going to be a mix of old school energy cards from Kaladesh, but it's also going to get infused with some of the awesomest, newest cards from Modern Horizons 3. So without further ado, let's check about right now. So starting in the 1-drop slot here, we have Tune the Narrative here. You simply just draw a card and you get 2 energy. We just want to get our production of energy ASAP. Galvanic Discharge here is also in the 1-drop slot here, and it is our spot removal, but same thing, we can also flex with using our energy as we need to. In order to dig out some of our lands, we will also be utilizing Attune with Ether here. In the more higher power formats, this may not seem ideal, but getting extra energy is what we really need to do with the deck ASAP. In the 2-drop slots where things get a lot more fun for us, we have Ether Spike here. It's our counter spell, but it does create for us some extra energy. So with all the energy we get from possibly our turn 1 spell, we can then convert it here to ensure that we can always counter whatever our opponent is throwing at us. And as you've seen before, I'm sure many of you are probably sick to death of this card, but hey, it is very powerful in our deck, and it's going to be Amped Raptor here. It does the same thing as you've seen before. It's a 2/1 dinosaur with first strike. When it enters, you get 2 energy, and then you can then cast it if you cast it from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. And you can cast that card by paying an amount of energy equal to its mana value rather than paying the actual mana cost. So actually really awesome for us just to keep the momentum going. Servant of the Conduit here, not the best in terms of mana dorks, but it is synergistic with our deck, so we're going to utilize it here, and of course it gives us more energy. Voltaic Brawler here, another classic from the original Kaladesh set here. It enters, it gives us some extra energy, and if we attack with it, we can pay 1 to give it a little extra pump and push through damage with its trample ability. Now here's things where my version of the deck gets a little bit more spicier. So I'm going to be utilizing here the Royal Scions. A lot of people don't remember this card too well, but I absolutely love this card. So our Royal Scions, our legendary planeswalkers, will enrow in here. They will be able to tick up to draw a card and discard a card, so allowing us to loot through our deck to keep churning through to get what we need. We can also tick up 1 again if you want to give a creature 2+2+0 to its power and gain first strike and trample. That's actually going to be really relevant for us with our game plan I'll talk about in just a second. If you actually manage to get to the ultimate ability to take it down, it's not the best one, but if you really need to in a pinch, it helps you just draw some extra cards and do some extra damage to hopefully finish off your opponent. We have a single copy here of Whirler Virtuoso. It's all really we need. This is, again, just of our plan B to the deck, where if we do enter with it, it gets us 3 energy. We could pay 3 energy later on to create a Thopter for us to help us go wide and maybe just do a little extra damage in the sky, or at least create some chump blockers in a pinch. Hadama's Climb here is also one of our legendary enchantments here. Again, it may look a little odd, but my spicy build, it actually does work fairly well. At the beginning of combat, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature we control. And if we have 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it flips into Winged Temple of Araska here, which again can help us just create some more extra mana base with its tap ability. And of course, if you pay 3 and tap it, you can give a creature flying and give it +X until end of turn, where X is its power. This is actually a really great way to sneakily get some power against one of our creatures here, give it some pump, and give it evasion to help finish off our opponent. Now, the final 2, of course, cards in the deck are going to be our finishers. We have Electrostatic Pummeler here, and oh man, I love this card so much. This is actually one of my all-time favorite cards that I love in this game. Electrostatic Pummeler here is a 3-mana 1/1, and when it enters, you get to make 3 energy. You can then pay later on 3 energy to give it +X, where X is its power. So, ideally, if you've probably already figured this out, we're going to put either some +1/+1 counters to then pump it up very slowly to give it just enough power. You can also pump it up with Royal Scions, and then once you do have it at the right moment here with its abilities to trample or first strike with Electrostatic Pummeler, and you have a ton of energy left over, start pumping this sucker up, and you will be able to swing, doing massive damage to knock out your opponent, hopefully in one shot. Now, if that doesn't work, or if you need a creature with some protection built into it, that's where our secondary card comes into play, Bristling Hydra here. When this card enters, you get 3 energy. You can then pay 3 energy to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then it'll gain hexproof. So it can self-protect if you need to in a pinch, which is great. And also with Hadama's Climb here, you can put some extra counters on it and very quickly pump it up to then flip Hadama's Climb. And ideally, maybe you can have Flying Hydra to take out your opponent. Oh man, also I love this card too. It's really super sweet. Now that we have that all out of the way, let's talk about, of course, the land base. So this is going to be a little bit more funkier because this is going to be more of like a hybrid between my actual personal deck and also what we can muster up on Arena. So it is a little goofy, if you will, but hang in there for a second. 2 islands, 2 mountains, 2 forests. We need more basics than normal in Timeless because we have a Tune with Ether. We want to be able to dig them out. So that's why we're rocking it 2 apiece. We'll have a single copy of Steam Vents, single copy of Stomping Ground, and a single copy of Breeding Pool here. Same thing. This is just, again, to create just the right mana fixing. But again, we're utilizing these because we also have fetch lands at the bottom here. A single copy of each. We're not going to go super crazy with it, but I think this is a good, decent balance. The Attune with Ether will help you get out, of course, the basics. Use the fetch lands here to pull out your shock lands if you need to. Or if you actually need better fixing, we're also going to have an entire playset of Katria's Triome. I actually do own all 4 copies of this, including one super cool actual foil. Man, that took quite a bit of money in order for me to save up for those, but they are in the deck to help you fix. And finally, to round out your mana base here, we have 4 copies of Ether Hub here. Again, just helps us energize, and of course we can utilize it just to give us just a little extra fixing in the early part of the game. Now, if you do want to take this as a best of 3, and we are going to play some best of 3 a little bit later on, we're going to do a little bit, again, of hodgepodge of everything. So we have some copies of Tamiyo Safekeeping here just to protect whatever we need to and give us some life gain for stabilization. Excuse me, everybody. Sorry about that. But anyway, Soul Guide Lantern here. It's our graveyard hate. And also we can use it to draw a card to pinch. You come to a river here because depending on what your opponent is playing, you can either make one of your creatures unblockable with a little extra pump for that. For example, say Electrostatic Pummeler or Bristling Hydra. And also it's great because you can also utilize it as a bounce spell to just get something we can't deal with. A single copy here of Unstable Amulet. This is just to help us slowly but surely churn extra energy that we don't need into more card draw. And we can just ping out our opponent when we need to. This also goes well with Amped Raptor here. Haywire Mites here also do look a little interesting, but it is helpful for certain cards in the Timeless format here. You can sacrifice it to then exile a non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment, so getting rid of the One Ring is really good for this deck, or any of the ley lines is also very helpful for us. It'll also give us some life once it dies, so it helps us stabilize. A single copy here of Filter Out. I think of this more of like a kind of think of it like a mass bounce removal spell because it'll bounce away all non-creature, non-land permanents to an owner's hand. So if an opponent is getting really cheeky with, say, like, oh, I don't know, enchantments or artifacts, it basically sweeps away their whole board except for the creatures. But ideally, they should be out of the way so we can just finish off our opponent. On the other hand, if your opponent is going big with a lot of creatures here, we can also then use Sweltering Suns here just to take out our opponent here. If they are, of course, going to be able to then get around this, we can then cycle them away if we need to in a pinch. We'll have single copies of Domri and Argabolas here. Same thing, it can be utilized as a fight spell pseudo just because of its tick down ability, or you can tick it up to make sure your next creature spell cannot be countered. And of course, that extra little bit of pump it provides doesn't hurt either. For additional graveyard hate, that's incremental and slow, but it does help us out kind of slowly close the game if your opponent can't deal with it. Klothys here is another card I absolutely love because, again, you can then utilize it to then life gain and drain your opponent for 2, or you can then exile some lands just to give yourself a little extra mana if you need to in a pinch. And then finally, to round it out here, another pet card of mine, which I absolutely love, is going to be Aether Sphere Harvester here. This is one of our flyers here that you can use if you need to pump it up in a pinch, but also you can utilize it for life gain with its ability here to pay 1 to give it lifelink until end of turn. And of course, the crew 1 is actually really easy in this deck to manage. But otherwise, that's the whole deck for you, everybody. One of my favorite decks of all time. I absolutely love Temur Energy, but I'm really, of course, kind of annoyed that it's just been overshadowed by the much more efficient, in all honesty, Boros Energy deck. But the question we need to ask before we jump into our games today is it possible to play this in Timeless, the most powerful format in Arena, and get some wins against decks with this more antiquated version of Energy? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead, let's take this into the format. Let's see how well it does, and hopefully, maybe we just might be able to get at least a couple of awesome wins today. I don't expect too much out of this deck, because I'm mostly just going to play this just as is. But however, even if I say, like, lose my whole rank, it really doesn't matter that much because I'm just here to have fun with y'all. So with that, let's go ahead, let's jump in now. And hopefully, we're going to be able to score some sweet, sweet victories. While this is loading up, again, as always, if you are a fan of any of the content that I do, if you do like ultra budget deck techs out there, check out those links that you can see right here on the screen right now. So, of course, I'm across various socials here. And then you can, of course, like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss on any of the gameplay. Booster pack openings we do as shorts, deck tech in-depths, short and long versions, live streams, and so much more. Again, we have quite a few things that we're going to be talking about over the next couple weeks because Foundations is coming out next week. I'm super jazzed about Foundations, but a question I'm going to ask all of you is, what do you think? Are you jazzed about Foundations? We are, of course, going to be building very soon for decks in the standard format again. So it's been a little while since I've actually done standard deck techs. I think I'll probably keep this. This is pretty solid. We don't have any turn 1 plays, but this is perfectly fine because we'll have everything we need fixed. But, right, opponent's playing Polluted Delta. They cracking the Polluted Delta right now. Right, opponent, what do you got? What are you playing? What are you going to play? It's going to be a Shockland, Triome. While our opponent's figuring that out, again, let me know in the comments below whether you're watching this live or on the replay. Are you interested in what is being offered over inside Foundations? I would love to hear from all of you about that. Foundations definitely looks like an awesome set, and to think that it's going to be here for the next several years is actually pretty interesting. We definitely have a lot of stuff we're going to be covering with Foundations. We're mostly going to be focusing on the next couple, like the next month or so, on just standard decks, because again, there's going to be so many cards that are really going to change around how standard looks. So I'm actually really excited for that. It's been a while since we played standard, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. All right, Servant of the Conduit. Opponents. Mana Drain. Okay. Well, I guess our opponent today is not going to be very fun, but that's okay. We've just gotten started, everybody. Okay, well, thanks for wondering. Goody goody gumdrops. I'm just going to draw. I realize now I haven't taken the time to seriously go up the ranks here in rank, but that's okay. It's not one of those things I freak out about, but it's one of those things I would definitely say with many of you out there. If you do like playing, I guess now's the time to try to get yourself up and ranked. But even if we don't rank up today, I'm perfectly fine. Shouldn't worry too much about ranks anyway, mostly just because it's kind of arbitrary, at least in Arena. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it really helps all that much. Anyway, going back to the game here, opponents now got 6 cards because they just tapped their 1 ring. Polluted Delta once again, coming in and it's cracked. Let our opponent resolve. We actually do have a Scarling Tarn ourselves, so we'll be able to fix our mana very well in just a moment here. Opponents, what do you got? Okay, so they do Surveil, Brainstorm. You would have thought they would have brainstormed actually first, and then they would have cracked the polluted delta so they don't kind of screw themselves over by locking themselves with a brainstorm. I don't know. Food for thought. Food for thought. FYI, what I mean by that, for those of you that are unaware, ideally, you should be brainstorming first, and then you crack your polluted delta after you put the cards back to shuffle them away, so that way you don't draw into awkward draws. But that's usually how you should be using brainstorm. But of course, hey, you play how you want. I can't really say I'm the best at this either, because sometimes I make some pretty bad plays of my own. Anyway, speaking of plays right now, our opponent right now is going to Thought Seize us, which is absolutely disgusting. That's okay. I would guess they probably are going to take away... Oh, they took away the Hadama's Climb. Oh, that's interesting. I thought they were going to take away the Ether Spike to prevent us from counterspelling them. But, okay. Anything, opponents? Tapping to exile? Maybe? We'll see. Okay. They do not yet. So we will just crack our Scalding Tarn. And then let's see, what do we get? I guess we'll just get another Triome. So at least now we have everything fixed. Okay, another Ether Spike is not bad. Okay, hub. We get that third energy. We'll play Voltaic Brawler. Opponents. Spell Snare. Do we care about this? I think, yeah. We'll counter that. Opponents. Let's see. Okay, so if they can exile a land. So I guess we'll have to pay 2. Okay. That was just to make sure that Deathrite Shaman can't do their thing. Okay, so we get 2 energy back still, so we're okay. All we need to start doing is getting aggro with the Brawler. Opponent's down to 11. They are getting hit hard with their One Ring. They're going to need another copy quick. Alright, opponent is getting a little aggro with that One Ring. They really are going to try to dig for what they need. Swords of Plowshare. That's disgusting. Alright, that's fine. It's fine. Wow. 2 back-to-back. Oh, boy. Alright, opponent's Brainstorm again. Alright, that's fine. It's okay, everybody. This is just game 1. We will definitely have plenty of time to play other ones soon. Opponent's going to swing. We're down to 21. Okay, we got plenty of time. Ooh, okay. A Bristling Hydra is not bad. But I'm pretty sure our opponent has a counterspell in hand, so we'll play it this way. Opponents, do you have an answer? There it was. Alright, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. We're down to 6. They really are going to need another copy of the One Ring right now. Otherwise, they will lose. Wow. Alright. If they don't have it by now, I'll be very shocked. They have to have another copy of the One Ring. I'd be very surprised if they did not. Okay, Treasure Cruise is coming in. Do I do it here, though? Okay. We're going to try to Ether Spike to see if they do anything. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Do you pay the cost, opponent? Wow, they do. All right. But that does mean they cannot play anything else. So this should give us an edge for a moment. Okay, they're all tapped out. All right, opponent, you gotta discard some cards. Okay. Bristling Hydra. We get some energy, so we get to protect it for 1 turn cycle. That's it. Opponent's down to 2. They need another One Ring right now. Wow. Desperation. That's literally now or never here. They have to have it by now. There it was. Yep. Okay, well, either way, that does cost him a lot of mana to then cast that, so. That does buy his time. Psychic Frog, okay. Okay, so I see what they're trying to do here. They're going to try to now just draw some more cards, but they have a ton for Psychic Frog to start doing its thing. Okay, they'll start discarding. And come on, they'll discard some more. It's okay, Bone. It's not like I don't have another job I gotta get to. Don't take all day for me. I mean, you know. Could go a little faster, though. Not that I'm being impatient, mind you. I mean, it can't be that hard to figure out which we're going to discard. Am I right? Okay, they're up to a 6/7. Put down Swords of Plowshare. So we will trigger off. Okay, so Hydra's protected for a turn. Phew. But see, that's why I like this, because you can pay for it, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you can do its thing right there. Okay. Ether Hub. We get 1 energy. Just 1. Okay. I don't want to do it this way, but we're going to have to do a Desperation cycle. Okay, Amped Raptor is actually not bad right here. So, Amped Raptor. 2 more energy. Ooh, dang, we couldn't get another Bristling Hydra, but that's okay. That's actually not that bad, because we get to keep the energy now if we want to. So we can still protect Bristling Hydra for a turn. Run us down to 1. They need a way to life gain, so they have to use Deathrite Shaman now if they want to have any hope. Oh, wow. Opponent is super greedy here. Are they going to use a Source of Plowshare on their own creature? I would assume that's their only way out. Okay, so yeah. Okay, opponent is... Okay, so Deathrite Shaman. They have to exile a creature card. They can only do it once. Okay, opponent. I mean, don't go crazy now. Okay, there it is. Another 1 ring. So the loop continues. The game still is on. But in a weird way, I mean... Oh. Opponent. That's very greedy. Very greedy, I must say. Okay, so there they go. They do their life gain shenanigans. Boy, if I had a card right now that could make damage unpreventable, this actually would be really nice right now. Okay, opponent's going flying. They go swinging. All right, so we got now down to 1 turn. And they are protected, so... Jeez. All right. Either way, it's still not bad. All things considered, I must say. Okay, so... Question for all of you out there watching. What are your thoughts right now on... Is there actually, I should say, is there a card that you're looking forward to building with in Foundations coming up? Let me know. I would love to hear from all of you about, what you're interested in regarding this. Okay, unfortunately, we did not hit what we needed. Bristling Hydra number 2. Mana Drain. Okay. Well, I think that might be it, everybody. So, at this point, our opponent can fly. We cannot hurt them for damage here. And their frog will fly over us, so we'll just take the L now. It's okay. Not a big deal, everybody. We're going to try again on the next one here. Still at gold tier 2, though. So, not too shabby. So we're just going to jump right back into it. So again, as I mentioned, we are going to, of course, play as much as possible for the next 30 minutes in best of 1. And then we're going to jump in the halfway point to best of 3. I think this deck might be better in best of 3. But otherwise, while our opponent also is waiting to load up here, how are you all feeling today? Give me a vibe check out there, everybody. Y'all feeling good? You happy? Good? Bad? Sad? What are your thoughts out there, everybody? You don't even have to talk about Magic. We talk about whatever you want. I'm usually pretty open to everything. Okay. Still loading up match here. Right now might be a good time to actually take a nap while we... Oh, never mind. We're going to get started right now. Hold on. It's entering. We're good. Maybe. Maybe not. Come on. Anytime now. Yep. Anytime now. Meanwhile, random thought that just came in my head right now. Is there anybody that's interested in how Magic is going to look in 2025? I know I put out a video for that also about a week and some ago. So what are your thoughts so far on how that's all looking? Are you interested in the future sets? Are you interested in Universes Beyond? Same thing. Let me know how that's all going for you, everybody. Come on. Anytime now, Arena. It'd be nice to actually get another match in today. Someday. Maybe hopefully before my internet pops out again. We originally were streaming earlier, and then all of a sudden it just kind of pooped out on me. So that was something that was very annoying. Okay. Okay, if this is not working out right here, I might just cancel out right here. I'll give it like another couple more seconds. All right. I can't deal with this. We're going to cancel and we're going to enter again. Trying again. Come on. Come on, Arena. Anytime now. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I need a match right now. Anytime now. I'd like to have a match right now. Come on. Come on, Arena. There has to be somebody out there that's also looking for a timeless match right now. Either that or maybe my internet's actually pooping out on me. But it's probably not, because we are streaming perfectly fine here. I'm just trying to figure out right now. Come on. Is there... Are we... Okay. Well, I might have to do a test match elsewhere if I'm not getting a match here. It shouldn't take this long, actually, to get one going. Okay. Well, while I try to hope and pray that Arena will somehow magically fix itself here, or at least give me at least one match, let's go ahead. Let's think about what are we looking forward to, as I mentioned earlier, from the from Foundations. There are definitely a lot of cards that are in there, and oh man, I kind of got a little overwhelmed with what they had. But hopefully, again, there will be some sweet stuff out there. Also, I remember what I was going to ask. How many of you out there made any kind of serious attempt at trying to get the Marvel Secret Layers? Not going to lie, I have a video that I'm going to put up a little bit later on. Maybe probably on the weekend, most likely like Friday. But it looked absolutely disastrous. Seriously. If anybody out there was trying to get the Marvel cards, if you managed to get them, good for you. But it was just an utter disaster. And it was actually kind of unfortunate that it just exemplifies my issue I have with Secret Layers, at least when you're ordering them now. No longer is it printed demand. It's just literally whatever they have is whatever they have. And some of them, of course, do sell out and some of them don't. But it's just an absolute frustrating thing to see that something that should honestly be available for the whole community, a printed demand, was perfectly fine. No one complained about that. But Wizards decided, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's kind of just not do that anymore. So it's been absolutely annoying that it's been that way. All right. Okay. I'm going to cancel one more time. Here's how I'm going to do this real quick. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do real quick is, okay, let me test out another format real quick. Or at least let me get a bot match in with the Energized deck. Don't worry, everybody. We will get into a real match. I just wanted to test to see what's going on here. Come on. Come on, Arena. I believe in you. Okay. Is Arena having issues, actually? I'm trying to jump into a bot match right now, and it's not even starting up. Usually a bot match against Sparky should happen in like 3 seconds. It doesn't take longer than that to get into an arena match. So, what is happening? This is going to be really annoying because this is not going to be an exciting stream if I can't get this going here. Okay. So, let's see. Was there an update that went out? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do real quick, everybody. Hold on. Jump back right now. Be right back for 1 second. I'm going to reset Arena, and then hopefully that should fix it. So hopefully this should get done. Sorry again, my apologies, everybody. For some reason, Arena was pooping out just for a moment here. We're going to just reset it. That should hopefully fix whatever issue they have. Okay, so I think, okay, waiting for server. Okay, let's jump back in real quick. And then let's jump to a time this. Come on. I'm itching to get energized here, everybody. Come on, give me a match. There we go. Okay, I don't know why. Sometimes Arena does that. It's so annoying. Sorry about that, everybody. Just a quick little reset, and it looks like, again, we're back on track right here. So this is good. Okay. So anyway, time to get energized, everybody. Let's get fired up here. We got an island, a mountain, and a forest. Okay. Well, we got exactly our perfect little land base here. We have everything we need. We can just get one more land. We'd be good to go with the Bristling Hydra. Okay, so with that, let's put down our mountain and pass. Okay, opponent, if you got anything... Galvanic Discharge is ready to take it out. Come on. Show me what you got. Looking at our mountain. Iridescent Vine Lasher. Oh, okay. Well, thankfully have an answer for that. Alright. No lizards today. Sorry, opponent. Okay. Ooh, Amped Raptor is actually really nice here, too. So, how do we do this here? Do we play Amped Raptor now, or should I hold up mana for Ether Spike? I think we'll probably hold up the mana for the Ether Spike. Our opponent, if they're playing something like a Vine Lasher here, they have to have something else that I can counter. Make some more energy. Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Just pay the 1. 2 for 1 deal. All right. Okay, so I think this is our turn here where we can play Amped Raptor. We should be able to basically hit anything. Oh, it's a Voltaic Brawler. Not exciting, but I'll take it. We do get our energy back, though. Okay. So, at least now we got the momentum bonus here. Most likely our opponent will play whatever, but we do also have another Ether Spike waiting in the wings. So even if our opponent tries to remove anything we got, at least we're good to go for a turn. Opponent? What do you got? Opponent is looking at our Voltaic Brawler. 5 cards in hand, opponent. We have 3. What do you got? Thinking very hard here. Opponent right now has to contemplate the most perfect of moves to ensure that they can defeat us. But we are looking still pretty good. Okay, so Free Strike will look out here. All right. Well, the good news now is we finally have enough for Bristling Hydra. Our Hydra is now online. We're going to swing. We can afford 1 hit here. Pump it up. Pump up the creature. Pump it up. Gonna hit my opponent down to 16. Pump it up. Yeah. Got them down. Okay. Come on, opponent. 5 mana. I'm sorry, not 5 mana. Can't count everybody. Can't count. I'm messing myself up here. Okay. 1 creature. 3 lands. See, I can count. 5 cards in hand. Okay. Cut down. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Our opponent feels... I feel like our opponent is playing an Explorer deck in Timeless. Or did I hit the wrong format? Well, actually, there is no way for me to hit the wrong format because I have fetch lands. So it wouldn't play the deck, of course, in that format. I don't know. Opponent is playing a big brain move here with their deck. It's like I'm playing against a standard deck right now. Okay. They draw a card. Give me some life. This is fine. Another tap land. Opponent. Do you swing? Most likely not. Okay, come on. Can't be that hard, opponent. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I don't mean to sound impatient, but I'm just like, you don't really have that many moves when you have tap mana. So, any case, we'll put down Voltaic Brawler number 2. Get some more energy. And do you take the bait, opponents? Yes, no, maybe? Nope. Down to 11. All right. Not too bad. Nothing exciting, but it is working. Good old-fashioned, old-school Magic. You just play 1 card at a time, hold up some mana for a counterspell or 2 or a removal. Just like the old days. Classic. Classic, classic. All right. So, let's see. Mosswood Dread Knights. 4 cards in hand. Do they swing? They do. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just let that go. We don't need to actually block. Because we have more than enough creatures now where I think we can take out our opponent here. They have a Restless Cottage if they want to fire that up, if they want to. Free Strider Lookout. Do we care about countering that now? I think we will. Opponents. Counterspelled. Nice. You have another card, opponent. You have 3 more in hand. So I'd imagine something is going to be played. Oh, they have a Failed Passage. All right. Well, even so, we still have 2 pumps with Bristling Hydra. Mosswood Dread Knight coming in. All right. Well, the good news is... Ooh, nice. All right. Much better. Attune with Ether. So we have options here. This is actually really good for us position-wise. We have everything we need. I think we'll get out our Forest. Going up to 9. Might as well put that down since they could see it. We're going to do a big swing here. Big swing. Unless our opponent has an option with the Fabled Passage. Oh, hey, Dense Planet. Welcome. You haven't missed too much. This is only our 2nd game. So we're playing Temur Energy deck in Timeless. This is actually a personal deck of mine. So you're actually going to see basically a deck that I have in actual physical paper. I mean, granted, it's slightly updated from my other one, but it is more or less exactly what I play. Again, hopefully you're having a good day where you're at. Meanwhile, as you can see right here, our opponent is... All right, they take 9. That's... Okay. That's not enough for lethal just yet. Down to 3. Even if we did 2 pumps, that would have put him down to 1. So our opponent here will get back their Mosswood Dread Knight. I was just about to make Madge. Sorry, is that a typo? I apologize. I can't tell. Oh, I was about to make an Abzan Adventure deck for Explorer. Oh, nice. Have you actually seen the one that I put together? I put together actually one quite a while ago. So if you actually want to check that out, I know I have one. Okay, so our opponent here I realize is going to be able to then take out our card because Liliana here will be able to stop us. It's actually the one card that kind of hurts us here kind of badly, but it's okay. It's okay. Ghost Vacuum. So our opponent's going to take down. That takes out Bristling Hydra, unfortunately. Wow, they actually had an answer. But it's okay. It's fine, everybody. We still have plenty of time. If we can get at least 1 more creature, I think we should be good to go. Our opponent is all out of removal. Okay. Triome is not what I want to see right now. So, cycle that. Come on, deck. Okay. The Royal Scions is not the worst. Come on. Okay, so Royal Scions coming in. Unfortunately, we can't do too much with the card draw because I don't want to discard a creature that we're probably going to need. So we're going to just take it up for a turn. But at least that does buy us time. All right. Opponent's going to commit a crime. Exile a card. Oh, Pot of Greed 94. Welcome. How you doing today? Thanks for joining us. All right. So we will... It looks weird to pump this up, but we're going to do it just to tick up. It's not like they're going to get the pump next turn anyway, so. Our Royal Scions can survive at least a turn or 2 here. Hopefully, at least just enough for us to dig out an answer. Oh, Glissa. Disgusting card. But it's okay. It's fine. I still believe we can get there. I am fine. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great today. Thanks again for asking. I'm having a pretty good time right here. I'm actually playing my personal deck that I usually play. Oh, I forgot they could turn that on. You. Otherwise, yes, I'm playing in Timeless here, our Temur Energy deck. It's actually my personal brew that is based upon my paper version that I have. Okay, opponent is committing some crimes. Making some food. Oh man, we're so close to victory here. Ooh. But our opponent is looking to make a comeback. Okay, so... how do we do this here? I think since we have plenty of energy, we can take out these cards. That's not the problem. Okay, exile. Our opponent right now is going off. Dense Blended. I was about to make it until I realized I had no uncommon wildcards. Yeah, that actually has happened to me recently. I awkwardly, a couple months ago, ran out of wildcards for uncommons of all the types. I had now enough rares. I'm running out of mythics again, but uncommons shouldn't be something anybody should run out of. Okay, our opponent did tick down, so with that, I guess we have to take out Glissa here. This is mostly the most powerful card we got to deal with here, so we're going to have to stop it now. Alright, take it out. Glissa down. Even if they ticked up, that at least bought us some time.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
I am out of wild cards to finish my deck. Oh, Pot of Greed. What deck are you trying to put together? And you're new to Arena. Well, welcome to Arena. Hopefully, again, you'll enjoy it while you're playing it. Trust me, I can say that at the very least, you have plenty of cards to work with here. And there's definitely always something that you can play that's not super expensive. Dense Blended. Mono red. Oh. Well, actually, now that you brought up mono red, small spoiler for anybody out there that's watching this now or anything, is well, we're probably not going to win this one, so oh well. Okay, we're just going to concede this one, but that's okay. It's all right, everybody. We're going to keep trying. We can't give up. We're not going to give up. We're going to hang in there. We're still at gold tier 2, so we're going to just hopefully try to work our way up with our janky brew today. But otherwise, yeah, if you're making mono red Pot of Greed, I would definitely say hold off at least another week, because we're going to get foundations here, and they are definitely adding in some sweet new cards for mono red. So I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised at what is going to be available coming out soon. Okay, Dense Blended. Just for a question, what are the core cards for adventure decks? Well, the two cards you need minimum. You need the Innkeeper that helps you draw cards. Oh man, I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. I have to look it up. But I could show you in a little bit. And then you need Lucky Clover. Those are the two most essential cards you need for any adventure deck, because those will help you draw cards and copy your spells to get you more value. Minimum, that's what you need, Dense Blended, is just Lucky Clover and the Innkeeper, I believe. I think it's a human peasant. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but it is there. It is there. So we're going to keep this, even though we don't have blue mana, but we do have a Voltaic Brawler to at least push us through for the early part of the game. Oh, actually, we have Attune with Ether. This is actually really good for us. Nice. So, Attune with Ether. We cast it. We can get now our island out. Perfect. Okay, now we have all of our mana fixed. Nice. I have a historic deck, too. My mono red standard doesn't win at all. I'm always getting stepped on. Oh, sorry to hear about that, but don't worry. Again, come next week, I think Burn and mono red aggro generally is going to get a lot better with some of the cards we're getting from Foundation. So I believe if you just hang in there for a little bit, you'll definitely see we're going to get some big power-ups. Actually, if I know myself, I'm probably going to build one myself to get it ready for next week's stream. So small spoiler for everybody. I am already looking at, based also on the polls, a lot of you guys want to see me play some standard next week. So I think we'll jump into standard with, oh, okay, hold on 1 second here. Sorry, opponents. Not to make you feel derpy, but you're going to get countered here. All right. Just one energy. Deny. No one ring for you, opponent. Phew. Okay, that was close. Put down a mountain. And I guess we'll play Verler Virtuoso. Get some energy. Pass. So we are shields down right now. So if our opponent has another one ring, we will have to kind of stall out for a bit. I am missing important cards. But in Historic, though, I win a lot. You playing Alchemy or Historic? Actually, I'm playing Timeless. Because our deck does have the fetch lands. Although if you take out the fetch lands out of this version of the deck I'm playing, you actually can play it in Historic if you want to. Actually, it's been a while since I've actually played actual Historic. Not that I don't like it, but I think most of the people that now watch just have lost interest in Historic. Most people that I realize now that are playing mostly just want to see Timeless, from what I've seen, Explorer, Brawl, and Standard. Jackson Kelly from, over on YouTube, welcome. Again, hopefully you're having a good day where you're at. He likes the One Ring anyway. And Dense Blended. The Sugar Maw Horror thing from the previous stream seems like a nice build around. Actually, I never tried that one in an actual in that kind of build. So give it a try, Dunsplendid. You actually might be pleasantly surprised at how well that that horror does. It's actually pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, I actually do like the One Ring myself. Yes, it is a powerful card and it's very annoying to deal with, but I'm not gonna lie, it's powerful, so I'm not against using it personally. Okay, so how do we do this here? So we have Ether Spike ready. I think what we'll do is we'll put in Voltaic Brawler. We'll get our energy. Ether Spike should be good to go for the next turn here, in case our opponent's going to try to pull off some shenanigans. So we definitely have everything ready. Let's go swinging. We're going to be aggro here. Dunsplendid will have more cards. Yep. Sometimes I really wish the Wizards would make it easier for us to grind cards. Speaking of cards and grinding, anybody out there randomly, has anybody been playing the new Pokemon TCG Pocket on your phone? Anybody out there playing that? I've been honestly just playing it a little bit casually just for fun, but I know some of you out there are still Pokemon fans. Any Pokemon fans out there? Let me know in the comments. Oh, okay, so our opponent is going to try to play One Ring again, but too bad. I'm ready. You ain't getting the One Ring out on me right now, opponents. We got you stopped. If they sacrifice these, that means we will have to make them pay 4. So we have to do that just to make sure they don't crack these. Just to make sure that we can keep the One Ring away. But otherwise, looks like we're good to go for now. We may look a little awkward here being out of actual energy, but we actually have now Galvanic Discharges, so this will help us out. They have Massacred Historic. Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie. I used to play Historic a lot, and that was the primary format I played when I first started the channel. But Historic has kind of gotten wrecked by a lot of nerfs. A lot of the stuff from Alchemy poured into Historic, so it kind of makes me not want to play the format anymore. I'm sorry if there's anybody out there that likes playing Historic, but it's just not the same anymore. Okay, so our opponent here is making themselves lose. So with that, I guess we'll just do it this way. So I don't think we're going to get a hit here, but we'll try. Oh, we actually did get another Amp Raptor. Okay, that's not too bad. So we are building a board. Forest. Alright, I guess it's the aggro plan now. Not quite how I was expecting to do this, but I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, was there anything that you liked in Historic, Jackson Kelly, that kind of made you sad? Down to 2. Okay, wow, we're almost about to beat our opponent here. Can we do it? Hopefully we can. Assemble the team. See, look at Alchemy cards. I'm sorry, they just make me sad. Alchemy cards. And there we go. They were trying to belch us, but they couldn't do it. They were just like, we are done here. Nice. Yes, I had some fun with that match. Yes, I did. Yeah. Phew, we avoided the Belcher combo there. Wow. Thankfully, thanks to the One Ring counter spells, we were actually able to stop our opponent there. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so we got our first win for today, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Dunsplendid. Also, a small update on the Nightmare deck, or I like to call it horror stuff. It's it all right in best of 1, but it seems to win guaranteed in best of 3. Want more control variant of it. Oh. That's good to hear that your version of it actually works really well. I'm happy about that. Like, do you have an updated list based on, like, the one I did? Or did you build your own from the ground up as your own special brew? Let me know. Maybe you can dump it into the Discord. For those also that are interested, you probably have seen the little chat bot do it every so often. But we also do have a Discord. For those of you out there who want to chat it up, it's not the most busiest of Discords, but again, we do get some nice, simple little conversations here and there. You actually don't have to talk about Magic here. We can talk about whatever y'all want. Just a nice little chill area that's just nice and cozy. Still in the works, you say. Okay. Well, once you do have a list, some kind of list or idea down, let me know. I would like to check it out. I don't know if I'll have time to play it because I'm already starting to brew for Foundations, but hopefully we'll get to see what you got. I always know you have some cool stuff that you refine over a time. All right, so Monastery Swiss here. Okay, so our opponent is playing, looks like an aggro deck. I'm gonna see if we can be faster than them to get around this. So I think, how do we do this here? We might have to play the Galvanic Discharge now. That does hurt, but it's okay. We need to find a way to get around that Monastery Swiss here ASAP. Do it now? Let's wait. Does our opponent play anything else? Lemon Lord 13, welcome from YouTube. Hopefully, again, you're having a good day where you're at. Okay, I think we're going to have to do this now. Oh, what am I playing? I'm playing right now a Temur Energy deck. This is, again, an old school style of energy that used to be the popular energy deck back in the day. Okay, so we're going to have to play max power here. Get rid of it. Honestly, I've been very bored with playing Boros Energy on my own time, trying to rank up, so I thought, you know what, let's actually play my classic deck, the one that actually brought me back into Magic years ago. So this is why I'm playing right now Temur Energy. This build right here is my own special spicy brew that's actually based upon my own paper version of Energy. So I actually do own most of the cards in this deck, with the exception, of course, of the shock lands and the fetch lands. Okay, so I'm just playing Eidolon, so they're definitely a burn deck. But can we get around them? I think the way we'll do this is... Okay. Eidolon. We will take 2 hits here. But we get rid of the Eidolon because we don't want to take damage for ourselves for a moment here. We'll play Attune with Ether. We'll get out another Forest. Gain some energy. Swing. Down to 17. Phew. Okay. So they flip... They're etching a Kumamo. Eidolon number 2. That's okay, everybody. Forest. Bristling Hydra does get around Eidolon. Does give us more energy, so we will pass here. Okay, so at least now we have protection and a beefy green creature, so I don't know how our opponent's going to get around us, but they're going to try. Also, about that race theme set, how do you feel about it? Good question. I don't know actually how I feel. On the one hand, I'm always hyped to have new cards enter into the game, but I don't know if a racing-themed Magic set is going to fit well. Every time I think about a Magic-themed racing set, I just kind of think, it's just going to be like a watered-down version of, like, oh, I don't know, Mario Kart? Oh, actually, now that I think about that, do you think anybody out there would see a Secret Lair Mario Kart-themed deck? That actually would be kind of interesting, actually, now that I think about it. But, okay, so let's see. We have options here. I don't want to keep casting spells as long as Eidolon's out, or we are gonna die. So, we're gonna pass. I need our opponent to drop their hand, and I think then we can kind of get around them. But yeah, actually, let's ask everybody else who's watching right now. Is anybody out there, did you see our upcoming set, the Ether Race set, the race car set? What are your thoughts on that racing set? I would love to hear from all of you. So we will take a ping here. Jackson asking, I hope some sick vehicles to come. Actually, I realize now, like, there are going to definitely be a lot of cool cards that are going to be added in. It's going to be a very vehicle-heavy set. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. I do like vehicles. I love vehicle decks. Actually, we put together a couple weeks ago a vehicle deck, so I actually hope that we'll get something sweet from that. At least something that makes vehicles different. Okay, Eidolon down. Phew. They ping themselves. And then we will counterspell Loris here. For 1. Too bad. You ain't recurring anything, opponent. Denied. Okay, opponent is not going to do anything. Ooh, Amped Raptor is nice here. Okay, here we go. Amped Raptor, everybody. What do we get? Good hits. Tune the narrative. Okay, I'll take that. That helps us draw a card. More energy. Triome down. Okay, so... I think I'll do this now. Electrostatic Pummeler. More energy. No attacks. Okay. The stage is set, everybody. We have an Electrostatic Pummeler and a Royal Scion waiting in the wings. If our opponent cannot stop us on this turn, I think we can pull this off. If they actually burn up their mana, I think we're in a good spot here. We have to hope that our opponent is going to tap out right now. If they tap out, we got this. Dense Planet, I'm definitely more excited for the Tarkir set and the Galaxy Space set. Honestly, I need a little bit more information, but I would be hyped for a Galaxy set. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. We did it, everybody. This is it. Okay. Our opponent here, they cast everything. Yes. Swing, opponent. Do it. Do it. Swing. Any creatures they swing right here, we can take. Okay, so we're about to set up the dream hit, everybody. You're going to see it right now. This is what y'all came for. Yes! All right. So, the Royal Scions. You know what? We'll even attune with Ether one more time to give us a little bit more energy here.
Style doesn't hurt.
Let me do this, opponent. Okay. Pump up with Electrostatic Pummeler.
Embrace your fear and charge.
Swing. And then, just in case, full control. That's right. Block, opponent. I dare you. Block anything. It doesn't matter. We've got the win. Got him. You're going to see it right now. Oh, come on, opponent. Let me just have this. Just block. There you go. Yeah, block. Do it. Yes. Yes. Come on. Pass. Oh, come on. Just let me pass this. Hopefully your opponent doesn't quit right now. I want to do this. I want to do this on stream. Okay, double block. That's fine. Yes. Pump up the jam. Pumping. 12-10. It's working. Ah, the old school. 24-22. 48-46. Oh my goodness, this is actually going. 96-94. Boom. Yes, that was it. That's the dream, everybody. That is why I love this deck. Oh my goodness. No matter what our opponent had there. Yes, we got them. I'm so glad I got that on stream. Oh, I definitely have to clip that for later on. I'm going to make that, of course, into a YouTube short. But, oh, where we got everybody. That is my favorite thing to do. Oh, my goodness. So satisfying to do that. We smashed through, and it didn't matter. 94, 96. Oh, my goodness. I love this game. This game is great. There we go, everybody. Even if we lose the next several games, I don't honestly care because that was it, everybody. That was why I played this deck. We finally pulled off, of course, the victory there that I wanted. All right. Oh, man, I'm feeling so good about this. Woo, you could say I'm energized right now. If you want to see more stuff like that, everybody, again, for those of you that haven't done so already, again, show me some love. We're trying to see if we can keep pushing up this channel, keep growing this channel for those of you out there that maybe want to check out something awesome in the future. I will say, small spoiler, if you do like this variant of the deck, but maybe you don't want to spend all the rares and mythics that I spent, don't worry. We are going to have a basically version of the deck that has no rares or mythics in it, a super budget version of this. If you want to check that out in the future, I actually do have a version that I will put together in a future deck tech that's actually all budget, all energy. So don't worry. That will be coming for those of you that are actually fans of this down the line. Okay, so let's see. Anyway, sorry. Got to get off my high there for a second. Whew! Okay, back into the game. So, we will play an island. We have attuned the narrative to help us draw a card, and we do have a mountain, so if we can just get through our green sources, we should be good to go here. Okay, Demolition Field. Attune the narrative. Draw a card. Get some energy. Cool. Okay, so we have an Ether Hub. Our opponent can Demolition Field the Ether Hub, but that's okay, because we can still attune with it. We'll spend some energy. We'll get our green source. Yes, kapow. So now we got our energy here. We have another attune with Ether to keep digging out some more stuff. We have also our Bristling Hydras for protection. Oh, okay. See, there you go, everybody. No surprise, but actually this is good for us. We actually want this because we can get our free forest. And our opponent, while they will be able to then do their thing, we actually have now exactly all the mana we need fixed. So this is perfect. Another Demolition Field. Interesting. Okay. What do you got, opponents? What are you playing? Cool sleeves, though. Oh. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be an artifact deck. So I think that's what we're going to be dealing with here. Okay, so after this one, I'm going to probably switch it up and go into best of 3, just because I want to show off if the sideboard that we put together for this deck is actually viable. All right, so opponent is going to try to go off here in some kind of artifact combo. I'm not sure how that's going to work for them, but we're going to see in a little bit. In the meantime, Voltaic Brawler. Keep building up the energy. All right. Opponents, what do you got? What do you got? Show me your artifacts. Emery. Okay, so our opponent's going to playing something very disgusting combo heavy. You can see right here they got a Metallic Mimic. They got some lands. But okay. We're going to try to find a way to just smash our way through this. Some way, somehow. Not sure how, but we'll try. Yep, artifacts. You already know, Den Splinit. They can be... Artifacts are just broken. Let's be real. They're very busted for what they try to do. In any case, so we're going to take the time right now to build up everything we need. So in the meantime, let's island. We will galvanic discharge now. Take out Emery. Emery down. Okay, and then serve into the conduit. It enters. It can mana fix for us if we need to, but most likely it'll get counterspelled. No surprise. We will decline. We need to have as much energy as we can for the Bristling Hydra that's going to be coming out. So, let's see. They have spell snares, and they have... Okay, Emery number 2 coming in. They mill. So, at least if we can get the Bristling Hydra to stick, we should be good to go here. We just have to find a way to push through. Okay, so we do have the Pummeler. That's also nice for us, too. But for now, Bristling Hydra. Okay, so it did stick perfectly. That's great. We'll pump this up. Smash. Down to 13. So our biggest challenge now is if they start going off with Simulacrum Synthesizer, we will be in a world of hurt. We need to find a way to get around that ASAP. If we can just find our Royal Scion, or at least our... What's it called again? Our, we can get our enchantment out. We can start pumping up our Hydra and then make it fly. Hopefully, though, we can try to find a way. Because you can see right now, their combo is disgusting. Emery here can just keep bringing back a Mishra's Bauble for free, just to keep giving them more value. And speaking of value, here it comes. Den Splinit, my take, the One Ring should only be ran as one of, like this suggests. It would make sense for the flavor. Yeah, I would think maybe in the future, maybe, I don't know, maybe there'll be a rule that they might restrict the One Ring to just a single copy in a deck. I think that would be fair in a sense, but also at the same time, it would also make sense flavor-wise, because there really is only one copy of the One Ring. So, I don't know. It all depends on if Wizards actually wants to do that. But I think that actually would be the best and most fairest way. Kappa Cannoneer. Oh, I forgot this was actually in the game. Alright. We're making... Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know if we're going to win this one, everybody. We're going to try. We will try. Mirror Enforcer 2. Okay, so our opponent has vomited out their whole hand. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Not sure if I'm going to get around this one, everybody. We're going to try. No, if this was actually our best of 3, we would have had a perfect answer for this. But unfortunately, we don't have it. So, even if we don't win right here, everybody, that's perfectly fine. Don't be mad. We can't be mad. That's just how Magic goes. Alright. Energy. Ball take Brawler. Well, I mean, we could build up a nice little army of stuff here, but we can't do much. At least not against our opponent here who has so many artifacts here. Constructs out the wazoo. The one legendary artifact I enjoy is Pantomira of Othanak. Good all around. Yeah, that one is also an extremely powerful card. Oh, come on. Really? They got that off? Okay, so they're going to start drawing cards here. I'll give this a turn or two because I don't think we're going to survive here. If we can somehow get our actual enchantment in the next turn or so, we have a shot. But if we don't get it, we'll definitely lose. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. Really? Ugh, this is disgusting. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not gonna be super angry. Not angry, everybody. Just annoyed. Come on. Really? Okay. Okay. So they swing. I have no idea if we're even gonna bother trying to get around this, but we're gonna try. So block, block. Yeah, actually it doesn't really matter. So even if I block everything here, we still dead. Yep. Absolutely disgusting. But hey, that's the artifact decks for you. I mean, I can't be too mad because honestly, we play artifacts too. Did you have fun? Not really, but it's fine. I actually did put together months ago an artifact deck on a budget that does use the simulacrum. So actually, if you do want to check that out, I do also have that as well. So it's in the details of my YouTube channel. Just an FYI for all y'all. Okay, so we're at the halfway point of the stream. I would love to stream more as always for those of you that are new to this, but keep in mind because I have a big boy job and I don't get paid right now for this. I would like to in the future, but if you do want to support me, of course, I always have links for those things, Patreon. You can tip me, of course, on things like PayPal and whatnot. You know, all those things. They're all in the descriptions and everything. But again, the point is, as much as I would love to do this longer, I can't really stream as long as I can, just because, again, I have other ways of sustaining myself as a person because, you know, big boy job stuff. But anyways, not to bore you with all that stuff, I think we now want to try best of 3. So let's give this deck a try in best of 3 and see how well it does there. I can't imagine we're going to get too many matches in, but we'll do what we can to see how many we can play. But again, for those of you that are still here, thanks again as always. So shout outs to all of you that are in that chat right now. Dan Splendid as always, you're my VIP. Lemon Lord, thanks again for joining us today. I appreciate that. Jackson Kelly, if you're still there, thanks again as always for checking us out. But we're going to try to see if we can at least get a couple more wins today with this deck. I'm not going to lie, even if it does terrible, it's still my pet deck. It's still the one that I put together in paper, and I'm going to try to refine it a little bit more. Maybe I might add in some of the cards here from Modern Horizons 3, but that will no longer mean that the deck is valid for Pioneer Explorer when I originally built it. It'll now be valid for Modern. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. That one's kind of a tough one. Or I guess I could just make it, I don't know, a kitchen table deck, as in a super casual deck that doesn't really do much on its own, but we'll see. In any case, enough of my rambling. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into some best of 3 here. Opponent is at silver. I guess they're about to hit gold. All right, but in any case, let's play. Let's see. How do we do this here? Play the mountain. So in case if our opponent has a creature. Oh, earn my sub. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. I think that puts me out now at 1,400. So honestly, yay, thanks for that one. Super happy that you're joining us today. Attune with Ether. Gonna get out our island. So now we have perfect mana. And for those of you that are also watching on the replay, watching this live, I do streams currently, at least until assuming my big boy job doesn't screw me over again with scheduling. But ideally, I try to stream every Wednesday, at minimum, at least once a week. I'm hoping to then expand in the future where maybe we can then push out 2 streams a week, but we'll have to wait and see. But at the very least, we're going to try to stream at least midday, middle of the week, every time. So that's where you can catch me. But if you want to catch me and chat with me, again, join the Discord. I know we don't talk too much on there, but for those of you that are on the Discord, we try to then just chat about whatever comes out. We keep it casual. And of course, as always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You get the idea. I won't try to shill too much here, but we'll just pass here. Okay. But yeah, I definitely reply to every comment that I get across either YouTube videos, on Discord, as much as possible. So it's not too hard to catch me wherever you're at. Oh, actually, the chat bot just put it up right now. There you go. Oh yeah, the name of the next set is Ether Drift. So I already have recorded for that one my prediction YouTube short. I'll build that a little bit later this month. So hopefully we'll get some cool stuff from that set. I do like vehicles. In fact, I actually put together a vehicle deck a while ago, and it's actually an artifact deck that I have in paper as well. I actually love that deck too. It's a little janky as well because it's kind of hard to go off, but I love it. It does use Brea. We did actually now that I realize, I forgot, we did play Brea. We did play Brea a couple months ago on stream, but it did okay. I couldn't make it a full artifact deck, so I couldn't make it a 1-for-1 of the deck I originally had, but it is pretty sweet. Let's see, how do we do this here? Okay, I think we'll do it that way. We'll swing at our opponent here. I'm not sure what our opponent's trying to do here. I know they're a lands deck. They are definitely going to try to do some land shenanigans here. But whatever they cast, we have to keep the Ether Spike up, just to protect us for a bit. If I was to guess, our opponent is going to play something disgusting like Field of the Dead, but we're going to try to find a way to get around that. Unfortunately, our deck does not have a way of dealing with land decks. Oh. As I've predicted, it is there. But at the very least, one thing I do appreciate that Wizards did now is they updated the UI so you can see right here that it actually gives you in that corner right there how much before a card triggers. So that's actually kind of nice. I like that. Okay, Archdruid's Charm. We're going to Ether Spike this. Veil of Summer. Wow. Wow. Nobody plays this card anymore. Okay. We can't counter it now, so... Jeez. Disgusting. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. Nope. Not mad at all. So they got their other Field of the Dead, but that still only triggers them at 5. So there's not like they have that many options right now. Oh, Marlon. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thanks again for joining me, my new fiery friend. All right, so Royal Scions. Nice. This is exactly what I needed. We'll play the Brawler. Get some more energy. All right, now we got 11 energy. Let's start going to town here. We need to start pumping ASAP. We need to push through damage quick here to beat our opponent. They're going to start making zombies ASAP. But yeah, now that you brought it up, I do want to ask other people out there, what are your thoughts on Ether Drift? Do you like the idea of a racing set? Would you buy, oh, I don't know, say like they made, would you rather see them make a secret lair based upon a racing set like Mario Kart? Or is anybody out there gonna, should I dare say it, do you think they actually would make a Fast and Furious style of secret lairs? Boy, that would be completely jarring. I actually really hope they don't do that. I would much rather have a Mario Kart themed one, because at least that one seems kind of fun. Okay. Our opponent here is going off with zombies. Yep. No surprise there. No surprise. Den Splendid. I'll add more of my predictions too. Jumpstart as mechanic will return. Ooh, that actually is a good one. We haven't seen the Jumpstart mechanic from Ravnica since the set. That actually would be pretty cool, and it would probably make sense mechanically for the set. Energy will be the core mechanic for some vehicles to power them up. Ooh, that actually, I would love that. If we can get energy style cards, I think for this one, we're going to have to draw a card here. Draw a card, discard a card. Okay. Didn't get what we needed. That's fine. Throw away the land. Attune with Ether. We need some more energy. We'll get out the island. Throw the island down. Bristling Hydra. Get some more energy. Okay, so at the very minimum, we have enough energy where we can stop Primeval Titan if they get cheeky with us. Ooh, a Speed Racer set would be kind of fun. I'd be totally down for a Speed Racer secret lair. That actually would be kind of fun to do. Yeah, I love that idea. I do love that idea a lot. Oh yeah, and then Den Splendid, you also mentioned number 3, the new Planeswalker artifact cards. They were revealed, so it's not the only one. Yes. Do you actually think that they might actually do that in the future? Where say like they have say like a Planeswalker that could be like an enchantment Planeswalker, like legendary enchantment Planeswalker or a legendary enchantment artifact. That actually would be pretty wild and spicy. But I would fear that it'd be kind of broken. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, anybody? Would you want to see them start adding additional types to Planeswalkers, like a creature Planeswalker that actually is designed like this, like a legendary creature but has Planeswalker abilities? What we've been kind of seeing already, I know that, but they kind of transform into creatures. Would you want to see something like an enchantment Planeswalker or an artifact Planeswalker? That'd be kind of wild, actually. Okay, opponent is pumping up the Blast Zone because I think they're going to try to destroy Royal Scions on the next turn. But either way, we have a way of getting through these. So now that I have an idea of what our opponent is playing, we could definitely sideboard for Field of the Dead. I mean, granted, we don't have land destruction in our deck, but we'll find ways to get around it. Wow, our opponent here really does not want... Okay, so here's how we do this. Right. Well, the good news is we actually can block with all this, which is kind of hilarious. So they lose 3 zombies. They will lose another zombie from Bristling Hydra, so that's actually not too bad for us. The Royal Scions does survive for a bit, so that's not too bad. Now, how about a need for speed as secret lair? Wow. Does anybody still remember Need for Speed anymore? I haven't played that in a while. Jeez. It just feels like now we don't really get that many really, like, I don't know. I feel like we don't get that many of actual racing sets anymore. Okay, we'll draw a card here. And discard a card. So we're going to loot. Warlord Virtuoso is not too shabby here. So I think we'll throw away the forest. So at the very least, this actually can give us more chump blockers for a turn or two. If our opponent here does not swing a Primeval Titan, because we can hold it at bay with Bristling Hydra for a little bit. We're going to hold off on putting the last card down. The only reason why is I need to delay giving our opponent the illusion that they might not want to swing just yet. That's when I played on iPad back in 2011. Oh, wow. 2011. Oh, God. I'm so old now. We're all getting old, everybody. Oh, man. 2011 was what? 13 years ago? Absolutely. Wow. Definitely don't feel old by saying that. 2011 was 13 years ago. Good Lord. Wow. We're all getting old, everybody. But I actually don't feel it that much. Honestly, if I was to think about it, don't feel as old as some people perceive it. It'll be 14 now. Oh, don't say that. Then Splendid, don't say that. It's making me feel old. Yikes. Okay, so our opponent did take out our Hydra. So they are going to be able to swing freely for a little bit here, which is going to be very annoying. But we do have plenty of energy with Warlord Virtuoso just to, again, stall out for a bit. I honestly don't know if we're going to survive all of this. But at the very least, if nothing else, you have to give credit to this deck. For if nothing else, it can actually... Oh, they're going to beat us right now. But at the very least, at minimum, it can hold its own in a mid-range pile that it is. So it's actually not too bad of a deck, if I was to be very honest with all y'all. Okay, so is there any way out of this? Do I make a bunch of tokens right now to push through damage? Well, I don't think we're gonna find a way out of this except we can go wide here. So if our opponent's got the Crater Hoof next turn, I guess we might as well just do this now. Okay. Go wide strategy here. I kind of wish I had a major pump spell. This probably would have helped out. But that's okay. Warlord Virtuoso doing its thing. We're going to make... I know this feels like it's kind of pointless, but I'm going to try. Okay, so with that, we will draw a card, discard a card again. We don't really have any answers realistically in the deck, except... Oh, we have Ether Spike. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, so... discard the Servant of the Conduit. Put down Voltaic Brawler. Oh, now I kind of wish... Oh, man. Now I kind of wish I actually did save all that energy. But that's okay. That's okay, everybody. So... how do... Okay. Okay, that's 6, 7, 8. Okay, so our opponent here has to block something. Actually, hold on. Just block with our cute little Thopters here. Down to 5. Okay. So if our opponent plays the Crater Hoof, how many... Wait, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 8. Okay. Is this the turn they cast the Crater Hoof? 7, 8. Yeah. Well, we can't get around this, everybody, but hey, we tried. Honestly, I realize now I probably should have kept all my energy. I didn't think we were actually going to lose it here. I didn't think they actually were going to pull this off here. Let's see. Well. Alright, 5. So Crater Hoof is down. What's your last card, opponent? Wait. Okay. Okay, they swing. They have 11 zombies. I mean, unfortunately, we'd still lose no matter what here. But we gave it a shot. Let's see, 11... Yeah, we can't... I don't think we can block all that. Dang. Came so close. Dense Splendid. Honestly, as much as some of mobile games, let's say, leaves a lot to be desired, but I kid you not, old mobile games were absolute peak back in the day, like the gold era of 2011, 2015. Yeah, I will agree. The older mobile games, at least back in the day, felt like actual fun games. Most of the games now are just a bunch of gotchas, where they kind of just are, yeah, they're free, but they kind of force you to buy more and more stuff. All right. We're going to haphazardly just try to block everything we possibly can here, but we're obviously not going to survive this. Yeah. We came close, everybody. Man, we came so close here. Down to 10. Oh, wait. Down to 2? Wait, hold on 1 second. Wait, hold on. Oh, we actually won. Oh my god, I miscounted. We miscounted that one. I didn't think we actually won that one. Oh my goodness, our opponent swung and they were like, wait, we just lost. Wow, our opponent there kind of also made a mistake. Oh my goodness. I got a win off of that one. Oh my goodness. I'll take that. I'll take that. Even if I don't win the best of 3 here, I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. Yay. Wow. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Feel good. Oh yeah, don't get me started on the ads too. Absolutely disgusting. Okay. All right. Back to the game real quick because we got to sideboard this fast. So, what was working for us? Whirler Virtuoso surprisingly did pretty well there. We let's see. Bristling Hydra is not bad, but it's a little slow for us. So, I don't know. Sweltering Suns can help us survive a bit longer. Let's see. Clothis might be too slow. Ether Sphere Harvester. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I think Domri probably is coming in. Actually, hold on. So we're going to trip. We'll drop the Electrostatic Pummelers for this match. Wait, no. Actually, I don't know. This one's actually kind of hard. I think we only need 1 finisher. And we'll try to put in everything. Okay, so Domri coming in. Sweltering Suns, we need to just stall the board. Clothis, I think, can help slow things down as well. And I think... Maybe you come to a river might be better for us. Okay, Electrostatic Pummeler there. Or actually, no, either of her Harvester is actually good because it has lifelink. Let's see. You come to a river actually might bounce some things away, so that might actually be better for us. So with this one, we're going to try a slightly more jankier plan here. We have enough space for 1 more card. Okay. Let's see. Wow. I don't really have anything else I want to put in, though. But let's try... one Bristling Hydra. Okay. A little janky there, but okay. It's fine, everybody. The idea with this one is maybe we just go wide, we take out their tokens, and then we can then... Oh, I don't know. The go wide strategy actually worked better this time around than I thought. So we're going to try here. So we got our Electrostatic Pummelers. We're going to see if we can try to pump them up. Okay, and we did not get lands in this hand. That's really, really awkward. Okay. Okay, now this one has plenty of land, so we'll just keep this. All right, so in that case, we'll put back the Triome. Because we have a Mystery Rainforest, so that does give us our land. Okay, once upon a time. Jackson Kelly, heading out. Have a good stream, man. Oh, thanks again for joining us. Enjoy your day. Have fun out there. And I tell everybody, as always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you hopefully again another time. Later. All right, going back to the match, Arboreal Grazer here. So our opponent is going to go off with their lands. Disgusting, but that's okay. Castle Garenbrig. We will play Misty Rainforest. And we'll pass. So... I think with this... Okay, so they already got the Field of the Dead. So our opponent is probably going to beat us out here pretty quick, but we're going to try. Alright, Misty Rainforest cracked. Den Split. My favorite mobile game at the time was Infinity Blade 2. I actually don't remember that game. What was that game about? Let me know. I don't remember too well. Okay, got our Bristling Hydra again. We will... Wait, did I actually... Well, I probably didn't hit confirm for the sideboarding, so this probably might be... messed up here, but that's okay. Steam Vents. Voltaic Brawler. Alright. Get some energy. Alright. Opponent already has their Field of the Dead on the field. Maybe I should... I realize if I'm going to play this Timeless, maybe I should adjust the sideboard to cancel out the Field of the Dead option here. But what would that require for us? Maybe an Alpine Moon? I think that might be the best option. Alright, so we got an Ether Spike, which is great. Forest. And swing here. Let's see. I guess we'll pump it up. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. Pump it up, my friends. Pump up the jam. Hit them down to 15 knife. Yeah. Okay. So, 3 cards. 2 cards in hand, opponents. They make a token. We also have an Ether Spike ready to go. So, this should be fine. Okay, so the One Ring is going to try to slow us down, but we will tune the narrative. As I figured. So. Too bad, opponent. Denied. Okay. Phew. We just draw a card, get some energy. Okay, so they did get a little protection for themselves, but we at least kind of survived for a smidge here, so that's not too shabby. Breeding Pool. We will Amped Raptor. Get some more value. Voltaic Brawler number 2. Not too bad. More energy. Swing here. Pump. All right. We're going to push through that damage, everyone. No matter what, we're going to try to find a way. Down to 11. Okay, opponent. What do you got? What are your answers? Dense Planet, what tricolor would better be for Reanimator? Like it's Mardu or something like that. Yeah, in all honesty, Reanimation, your best shot is probably going to be Mardu, but I would say maybe, I'm not sure actually. It's either that or Abzan also is good for Reanimation. Just something to consider. Okay, so our opponent here got a One Ring down, so we just couldn't stop them, but we tried. Say they pumped up their Blast Zone. They got a card. They're going to be blowing up our board very quickly here, so we'll try to find a way to force through damage. Bristling Hydra. Get some energy. I'm going to keep pumping and... Actually, hold on. Wait. I just messed that up. I didn't need to attack. I am dumb. So, they'll probably block. Actually, I realize they don't need to block. You should all ignore that. You should totally ignore that turn. Okay. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. So, opponent here will keep swinging their One Ring. They're going to try to get more copies, I'm guessing. But yeah, once again, Dense Planet, stick to Mardu. But Abzan is not a bad option here. White or red, along with... obviously, black is your core. Red or white are fine, but green's actually not too bad of an option either. Just something to consider. All right, opponent, what do you got? Okay, there goes the Blast Zone. So, of course, that does sweep away our board. Disgusting. It's okay. If we can find a way to fly over things, we might have a shot here. Bristling Hydra number 2. So at the very least, I think what I might have to do here is I'm just going to try to force through damage no matter what. Jump block opponent? Yep. Alright. To be clear, I like the One Ring sound effect, like the Eldritch Whoosh. Yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. That little sound effect is kind of cool. I do agree with that one. Alright, so... opponent is still going off with their Lance, which is annoying. We unfortunately just don't have an answer for that in the sideboard anyway, so that's going to be a shame for us. But either way, I'm still having fun trying to find a way out of this. If nothing else, we have to admit that our deck still holds its own pretty well against this big of a threat that this deck has. Field of the Dead is definitely a broken card. But I'm not going to lie, I do use it in one of my decks. Just at least one of my commander decks. Okay, so they gain 5 life. Put a shield counter on top of the Titan of Industry. Arboreal Grazer. Man, they just have so many little annoying blockers here. So even if we do fly over things now, it won't matter too much because Titan of Industry still has a shield on top of itself, so it can chump block for days. Okay. I don't know if we're going to get around this one. We're going to try. Crack the Wooded Foothills. And I guess we're going to Triumph. Alright. Tune the narrative. We're just going to cast it straight out. Get some energy. Bristling Hydra. Our only shot out of this is just trying to get the big combo off. That's realistically all we can do at this point. Hunter's down to 10. Zombies are cool until it's Field of the Dead and it's just too much. I mean, I think it's just because Field of the Dead, you're just being rewarded just for, you know, playing your lands. It doesn't feel like you earned it. Because they keep coming, but it just, I don't know. It doesn't feel as exciting as like a regular zombie deck. Don't worry. Now that you actually brought that up, we are going to be looking again at zombies. Now that we are going to get foundations. Foundations definitely is going to allow us to... Okay, our opponent just goes off with Crater Hoof. Yep, they pop everything. And we're going to go to game 2. Sorry, opponent. I won't give you the satisfaction of getting the hit, only just because I just want to get us to game 2. So, all right. So with that, yeah, we didn't really sideboard it correctly there. So, Bristling Hydras will go out. Ether Spear Harvester, Clothis for stabilization, Domri coming in, and then 2 Sweltering Suns. We will be dropping 1 Electrostatic Pummeler. Okay, and I think maybe a Servant of the Conduit for Unstable Amulet for more card draw. The You Come to a Rivers can come in as well. And let's see. What do we trim? Galvanic Discharge doesn't help us out that much. So I think trim 2 of those. And we'll go with that. I don't know if this is going to do anything for us. We're going to just try. We will try to do what he can to at least hold them off. Okay, so with this. Doesn't really help us here, so... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Alright, come on. Come on, deck. Mulligan me something decent. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. I got you a color for zombie tribe. I got you Abzan, Esper, or maybe Sultai. I mean, honestly, you can't really go wrong anyway with zombies. Okay, well, this is not the best, but we'll keep it. This is probably our best shot here, everybody. So with this, what do we put back? The Sweltering Suns is helpful for us to stall out. Galvanic Discharge might be good too. I'll take Brawler. Okay. Put back the Brawler. Put back... Okay, how do we do this here? Jeez. Put back the Sweltering Suns. In case we just can't cast anything. Put down the Ether Hub. We can recharge it with Galvanic Discharge. Once upon a time. Ugh. Green really does have too many good options in Timeless. Let's be real. Let's be real about that, everybody. So they get their land. This allows them to kind of fudge their way through bad hands. Okay, so they surveil. Alright, Forest. And we pass. Come on, deck. Give me at least one more land. I just need one more land and we should be good to go here. With that, we can have Clothis just do its thing. What will that resolve? You usually never want to counterspell when it comes to things like lands. I mean, they're obviously going to get out their Field of the Dead right now. Oh, they got the Kalani Garden. Interesting. All right. A tap land is not quite what I wanted, but that's okay. We'll just work with it. Okay. Make their plant. Okay, galvanic discharge here. Just to give us a little bit more energy to work with. Pay 1. So I have 2 more energy. Okay, so with that... Come on, deck. I believe in you. I definitely believe in you. Unfortunately, though, our opponent here is just kind of just waiting it out. Okay, there we go. All right, Mountain. We will play Clothis. Assuming our opponent does not have a counterspell. All right. So with this at least out, it gives our opponent a clock. So no matter what, unless they can start gaining life, we can at least start eating up cards that we use. There's the Field of the Dead. All right, so now the clock's also on us. Archdruid's Charm. It's always just an annoying race here. It's just so hard to get around Field of the Dead. We really don't have the answer for that. Of all the decks we play against, we just don't have the answer. Dense Planet, Abzan, more mid-range with more recursion sticky boards. Esper, plenty of defensive spells and combo potential. Sultai has a bit of everything, but very graveyard happy, and counter spells because you're blue. I mean, you're not wrong. Not wrong about that. Okay, so eat the Archdruid's Charm. Ping our opponents. We're just going to have to keep mana up for a bit, just because they're going to start casting something we got to counter spell. If we can just get one more land, maybe we can put down the electrostatic pummeler for a turn. Maybe. Maybe. All right, come on, opponents. Don't got all day. I actually do need to start getting ready for other things, but otherwise, I still hope, again, for those of you that are hanging in there, appreciate all that you are doing just by watching me while our opponent here is taking their sweet time. Okay, there we go. Come on, opponents. You're still there, I know. Archdruid's Charm. Okay, so they can exile that, but we do have an answer at least. Phew. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Do you have another answer, opponents? Veil of Summer. Come on, really? Alright. So unfortunately we do lose our Clothis. I can't believe that. They actually had the answer for us. Come on, deck. Once upon a time. Okay. Well, our chances right now are not looking good anymore because I was hoping that that Clothis was going to be our answer, but unfortunately our opponent found a way around it. Alright. Electrostatic Pummeler. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. Actually, we'll hold off on that to cycle it if we need to. But I don't know if that's going to help us out here. But also, it was overlooked in the arena notes. You can progress the gold packs just by buying any standard legal sets instead of the newest ones. That's actually a really good thing. I probably should talk about that in another short, maybe down the line. Okay, our opponent's going to destroy Electrostatic Pummeler here, which is sad. They'll probably put... Okay. Oh, they actually went for a shield counter? Surprising. I thought they were just going to destroy our Electrostatic Pummeler there. Tune with Ether, so we'll tune. We'll pull out an island up to 9, and we pass. So with this land coming out next, that'll start making zombies for our opponent here, so goody goody gumdrops. Spelunking. Okay, so now everything comes into play untapped. Joy. But at the very least, I'm going to say right now, we're holding our own despite the odds. However, I will also say, if those of you out there actually like this disgusting deck, I actually do have also, from almost a year ago, wow, that's actually been a year now, we actually do have our own version of a Field of the Dead deck that actually is budget. So actually, if you're interested in that, you should all check that out. Just saying. Okay, well, our opponent does swing here. No blocks, obviously.
Down to 15. All right. Hope is fading now, but we are going to still just fight as long as we can. I think after this, we can probably only afford maybe one more match. One more best of 3. I'll take Brawler. Make some more energy. Electrostatic Pummeler number 2. Might as well just beef up our defenses for a bit while we hopefully try to find a way around this. Okay, so opponent's got 3 cards in hand. We have a Sweltering Suns that can wipe the board out if we need to, but that doesn't help us. Boreal Grazer. Titan of Industry be looking like... And Walking Skyscraper. That's kind of sick. Yeah. I'm actually surprised he's not an artifact, though. How is Titan of Industry not an artifact? Because it's literally a building that's swinging. That is a perplexing mystery. You would have thought this would have been an artifact. Just saying. Okay, Primeval Titan come down. Joy. So, here come the zombies. Yay. Alright. Our opponent now has all the blockers they could ever need. If we only had one way of just getting over our opponent to fly, I think that probably would have solved this mystery. Okay. So, is there any way out of this? We're going to find out right now. Okay, make some energy. Let's do the narrative. We get to draw another card at least. Get some more energy. Okay, so... I'll take Brawler. Alright. Yeah, let's give it at least one more turn. At least one more turn. The only hope we have right now is if I can get out... If I can get out a Royal Scions, that's my only hope of victory here. That's literally the only thing that could help get through this match. But I don't know if we can pull it off. We have more than enough energy, so that's not the problem. The problem is we just don't have the right card right now. But we'll try one more turn at least. They have now enough zombies and the Primeval Titan to just stomp us, but we're going to try. Alright, come on. Oh, never mind, the Crater Hoof. Alright. Well, we gave it a try, everybody. Even with all the energy we had, that's just not going to be enough to stop a Crater Hoof. Okay. So, here we go. We're going to try one more best of 3. And then, after that, we'll just go to the... Yeah, rats. That's okay. Win or lose on the next one, we will just wrap it up here, everybody. So this best of 3 will be our final one for today, everybody. Hopefully, I'd like to hope in the future I'll have a little bit more time to actually do some more longer streams. But I'm at least hoping that maybe in the future, maybe we'll try to we can squeeze in a second stream a week. Just at least 2. So at least I kind of pan out some more decks that I've been wanting to do. The only thing I will say, though, is if I end up doing 2 streams a week, maybe the main deck tech might have to get cut a little bit shorter than I would like to. The only reason for that is I just don't have enough time to do all of that. But I do appreciate all of you that are still watching, so thank you for that. Okay. I guess another silver rank player. I don't know why they're giving me these. I'm not that bad. Am I? I'm not that bad of a player. Okay, so here we go. All right, so 2 triumphs. So it's going to be a slow hand here because we have a lot of 3-drops here and 2-drops, but it's okay. Our opponent is going first. So what do they got? What are they playing? Okay, they did mulligan, so I guess that helps us out a little bit. Alright, Steam Vents, shock themselves. Put down a Triome. We also have now a Shockland of our own, so that's actually not bad. So we can just start casting things quick. Brainstorm. Consider the gold pack changes. What are the standard sets to go for? Oh, I guess that also depends on, again, what are you trying to build? I know that doesn't really help too much per se, but... Okay, we'll take Brawler. Get some energy. If our opponent has removal, they have removal, so that's fine. The whole point was we wanted to get the energy. That's actually what we needed. This guarantees that no matter what we play... Yep. Oh, our opponent's got energy too. Okay. So this will be interesting. They have energy cards too. Let's see how this goes. Okay. So now that I know they have energy, we're actually going to have to hold back for a moment here. Oh, okay. Opponent is gonna wait it out. Well, we're going to get cheeky here. Let's put out our electrostatic pummeler. Do we bait another removal spell? Wow, they had a stifle? That might be a problem for game 2. We'll see. Alright, we'll try again. Electrostatic pummeler number 2. Do you have another stifle opponent? They don't. Okay. Yep, looks like we're all in on possibly energy for this match. This will actually be kind of a fun one. I would like to see if our opponent has something that's spicy in comparison to what we have. Polluted Delta. Okay, nothing yet. So, this could still go either way. We can't afford to pump just yet. So we're just going to have to hold off a little bit while we start building up a board. Opponent's down to 14. We also can draw some cards. We really do need more lands. Okay, Meticulous Archive. I actually did put together over the summer also a small, simple Independence Day themed energy deck. So we actually do have quite a few builds I've built over time with energy. Opponent's got a full hand just like us. So this could go any way. So in the meantime, to the narrative, I'll draw a card. Okay, there we go. We did get a land, which is nice. And to the narrative. Nice. 2 lands. That helps us out a ton. So island. And keep swinging. Down to 12. All right, so I think we can put down a Voltaic Brawler now. Get some more energy. Pass. All right. Opponents. We do have a threatening hand against you here. Do we let that go? I think we'll let that go. We need to keep our own Ether Spike up just in case. Wow, they actually didn't delete it. They must mean they need the energy right now for something else. Oh, Wrath of the Skies. Okay, so there we go. You got a little greedy there, opponents. Too bad. I think this one's ours, everybody. I think this one's ours. Okay, so Amped Raptor. Get some more energy. Servant of the Conduit coming in. Energy again. Okay, and then to the narrative. Galvanic Discharge. Nice. We're doing it. We're going off here. Pay nothing. Pay. Pump up one of our electrostatic pummelers. Pump it up again. Pump it up again. And pump it up again. There we go, everybody. Nice. We took out game 1. Woo! All right. Okay, so that was actually kind of easy. But at the same time, what is our opponent trying to do here? Okay, so based on what we've seen, let's see. What do we change? I don't know if I want to change anything, to be honest. I think we were perfectly fine with what we had. Maybe an Ether Spear Harvester, taking out 1 electrostatic pummeler. Just gives us a little bit of health power. I don't know. I'm not sure. I kind of want to put in a Clothis also. So let's see. What do we do here? I think we'll take out the Hadama's Climb and we'll put in the Clothis. This gives us at least something here. Okay, and then we'll probably put back in the Bristling Hydra. Okay. We'll do it like that. Yes, power up. Let's get ourselves energized here, everybody. Woo, all right. Can we take them out on the second game here? Our opponent will have to go first again, so we have to figure out what do they have. Okay. Is it just a basically energy deck for them? This looks pretty good. Let's keep... So, Attune with Ether gets out our land. Oh, wow, they had the mulligan again. Okay, well, that definitely helps us out. Polluted Delta. Forest. Attune with Ether. So I think for this one, we will get out... we'll get out the mountain. Get our energy. So we can't Ether Spike just yet, but that's okay. With at least the Amped Raptors, we can start doing our thing. Meticulous Archive. Alright, so how many tricolor combinations are there? There are 10. Just like what you've seen with other decks out there, you're mostly looking at playing 10 different 3-color combinations. Good narrative. Nice. Alright, we're going off here. Starting to get our value. Opponents. Okay, so we got another Trio. Not the lands I wanted to see, but that's okay. We mostly have 2 drops anyway right now, so we can still work with this. Flooded Strand. Our opponent is Kraken. Will they get a shock land? Ooh, they got a Plains. Okay. Teferi. Well, this is going to be a problem for us.
I'll show restraint.
Our opponent here is going to bounce it away.
I've done the hero.
Okay, Amped Raptor again. Trio. Amped Raptor. Come on. Give me a good hit here. We need something. Oh. Dang. That Ether Seer Harvester would have been nice. Okay, so our opponent here is playing Teferi. So that does kind of hurt us quite a bit, but we're going to try to see if we can get around that Teferi. Okay, Shockland. The One Ring. Okay. That is annoying, but that's okay. We have ways around that. Amped Raptor, number 2. Okay. Unfortunately, because of Teferi, we can't really... Wait, actually, I'm dumb. I really wish I could have taken out Teferi there, and I could have gotten that hit. Okay, that's fine. Well, Teferi is down, so that's good now. But they're going to start digging now for the next pieces. If we can just keep Teferi off the field, we should be good here. Flage. Oh, he's a... That's going to be a problem. But we'll find a way around it, everybody. This is only game 2, and we already took the first one, so we still have time to get around things if we have to. Hold on. Opponent. No. You're not going to do that to us, opponents. Countering that. Okay. Whew. All right, so we have time here. Down to 14. We have plenty of counter spells now, so we're going to have to hold up things for just a smidge. If we can get that Voltaic Brawler down, we should be in business. Our opponent here is going to get greedy. Down to 10. Do you have Graveyard Hate in this deck, right? Yes, I do have Graveyard Hate, but I didn't know what they were playing. So that was the issue. Okay. Counterspell? Oh, do they have an answer? Oh, they do have an answer. They have a regular counterspell. Alright, it's fine. It's okay, everybody. Okay, so we got to get around to Flage. So the good news is we still have Amped Raptor. Put down Wooded Foothills. So now that I actually know that Den Splinit, we definitely are going to bring in our Soul Guide Lancers for the next game. Electrostatic Pummeler. Alright, make some energy. And we will pass here. Okay, so our option here is going to be to just... We're going to have to just stop that Flage in some way, shape, or form. We need to find a way to get around that Flage. Opponent is getting a little greedy, though, with the card draw. But on the other hand, we have plenty of... Okay. Okay. Do you have an answer to this, opponent? They don't. Okay. Phew. Okay, that's off the field for now. Okay, they brought back their counterspell. Annoying. That's okay. So, what's our plan here? They have tons and tons of stuff. They'll obviously take out the extra electrostatic pummeler, unfortunately. But do we pump it up enough where we can just get around it? Triumph. Is it even worth it? Maybe. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Down to 5. Or actually, they go up to 13 now. So, Solitude. Oh, come on. Yep. Opponent's definitely playing all their stuff. We go up to 27 some way, somehow, but okay. I guess I'll take that. Down to 21. So we actually do have some time now, since they kind of did that. But they also have their counterspell back in hand. Okay. Opponents? You're going to play something dirty here? Yes, they will. Okay, tapped. All we can do now is just swing. Actually, right, we can't do anything. Never mind. Alright, opponent right here is gonna start looping stuff. Alright, we're just gonna concede, because they're just gonna keep looping that orange chant, and that'll just lock us out of the game. So, the way out of this, Soul Guide Lantern for sure is coming in. We have that. We have Haywire Mites for the One Ring. Tameo Safekeeping coming in for protection. Now, I don't think we're going to get the Electrostatic Pummeler plan off, so we're going to cut those. I don't think Ether Sphere Harvester helps us either, unfortunately. We will need... Let's see. I don't think Whirler Virtuoso will help us out here either. And then finally, what else do we want to cut? Maybe... Let's see. I'm not sure. This one's tricky. This is definitely a tricky one. Maybe 1%? I don't know. Ugh, this is tough. Maybe 1 Voltaic Brawler? Try it like that. Okay, so no matter what happens, win or lose, this is the final match for today's stream, everybody. Once again, thank you. Appreciate all your love for hanging out with me today. Don't worry. As always, at the very end of the stream, we will do a quick little wrap-up before we finish off today's stream. So we will do that. Okay. This is mostly a counterspell hand, but it does work. Hopefully, this should be it. But either way, we did manage to get a couple of solid wins here today, and we managed to actually pull off at least once the dream hand. So that was something that was really sweet to have. We managed to pull off our most illustrious and elusive of wins. We did get to manage to do the Electrostatic Pummeler victory, so I'm really happy about that one. I'm really happy we got that done, so at least we can definitely show that one off, at least in a future little short, maybe later in the week. Okay, opponent threw away a One Ring, so that probably means they already have a copy in hand. Scalding Torrents. Sacking that sucker. Opponents. Opponents. Okay, there we are. Phew. For a second there I thought, like, okay. We'll get the Breeding Pool. The reason for that is we can now tune the narrative and draw another card. The Big Pummeler. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, drawing a card here. We'll get some energy to get the whole thing going on here. Ooh, both of this is not bad either. That's good. That's additional graveyard hate, in addition to the Soul Guide Lanterns. That'll help us out. Alright, opponent is, are you there, opponents? Okay, so they are. We will Amped Raptor now. With at least 2 energy, for sure we will hit something. Now, not the Galvanic Discharge. Of all cards, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Pay nothing. Okay, we still have a Galvanic Discharge in hand, but we now have plenty to work with here. Our opponent did not find anything, which is good. We'll attune with Ether to get our last land out, assuming they don't counterspell us right here. Wow, they did. Okay. All right. Well, interestingly enough, they took us out from the ramp. So we'll swing here. Down to 18. Okay. Another island. Brainstorm. Okay. So, I want to use the Galvanic Discharge, but I'm anticipating a Teferi is coming soon, based on what they just did with Brainstorm here. Okay, well, we got our Forest, which is nice. So, they have 2 mana open. Down to 16. Oh, man, I want to put down the closest so bad right now, but we're have to wait for a moment here. We have to see if our opponent does anything. Down to 14. Okay, opponents. Clock is now ticking. Yes, I agree. We should keep the counters up. If we can get lands now, that would actually be nice. Ooh, Solitude. Okay, so... do we let this go? Hold on. Okay. Do you counterspell opponent? Oh, Test of Talents. Oh, jeez. Wow, they actually had that. Okay, so this unfortunately means our Ether Spikes are going to get taken out. Oh, jeez, that's so annoying. Okay, it's okay, though, everybody. We still have ways of getting around things. So they took them all out. We get 1 card out of the deal. And then what they will do here is try to do that, but Tamiyo safekeeping. Does that resolve? Does. Okay. Nice. Phew. Okay. Down to 12. I'm going to laugh, though, if an Amped Raptor actually beats our opponent here. But they're down to 3 cards. I don't know how much more time they got, but I think this... now we're going to have to start going a bit more aggro here. So, they get back their Brainstorm. Voltaic Brawler. Okay, so... Royal Scions. Do you have another answer, opponents? Wow, they don't. Okay.
Courage is the
So...
greatest virtue.
Aye, with the knowledge to direct it.
pumping up Amped Raptor here. Oh, they have another Solitude. Oh, come on. Opponents. Wow. Okay. It's okay, everybody. We still have a Royal Silent out, so that does help us draw cards. Evoke Elementals. I hate them with a passion. Despair Fury. Yeah, they're annoying, but they're not... but for us right now, we still have ways of getting around them. So, Voltaic Brawler. Does land? Spells. Jeez, okay. But they're running out of options here, so we can draw a card here and discard a card. Okay, so we will throw away... oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yes, we got him! Yes, our opponent has surrendered. Yes, that was great, everybody. We did it. Our opponent was like, he's had enough. Yes, I'll take that win. Oh, man. Okay. Not the most flashiest way, but we just slowly but surely beat down our opponent with all the value we had. Every little bit just wore them down, and they had to get rid of a lot of stuff just to at least hit us here. I think the key victory here was also being able to keep up the mana for the Tamiyo safekeeping, forcing our opponent to use up 2 Solitudes and sacrificing a lot of cards just to keep stuff out the field. But the moment we were also able to get Royal Scions down, this was our card draw engine, and our opponent just couldn't do it. Oh, I felt so good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'll take that win. That is a nice way for us to end the stream, everybody. Okay, we'll go over now the evaluation in just a second. Dense Planets. I'm still baffled that the alchemy cards are still allowed in Timeless of all things. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Timeless should honestly only have paper fair cards. Keep historic with alchemy cards. That's where, in my opinion, they should now stay. But again, that's a whole nother topic that I won't rant about because I could probably go on for that for hours. But let's end this here now. Okay, so that was our energy deck, everybody. And you tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Truth be told, of course, I have to be biased here. I love the deck. I love this version of it. I might tweak it a little bit in my paper version just to get it ideally how I want it, but I actually really love what this deck is trying to do here. Yes, on the one hand, it's not as clear and concise as some of the other decks out there, and obviously it's not the best energy deck, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and our opponents when they don't expect it, we managed to get some really cool, sweet wins. The deck actually has quite a bit of value, but I think if I was to do this again, I think I might tweak the sideboard a little bit more, because the sideboard is not ideally designed for most of Timeless. It did help us out, but it didn't do enough. There are some cards that overperformed and underperformed. Obviously, I'm not going to lie, Amped Raptor, of course, is always an MVP. If you put this, of course, into an energy deck, it is solid. It is insanely powerful. If you have enough energy, you basically can cast whatever you want for next to nothing. So definitely a great card. Other cards that perform well: Ether Spike, Galvanic Discharge, you love them. They get energy. They are very powerful cards in an energy deck. Definitely would keep those in there. I was happy, of course, to get off the Electrostatic Pummeler. And I know Bristling Hydra didn't get a chance to shine as much, but it does provide an annoying threat versus opponents because it can protect itself and pump itself up. So I love them. I'm also really happy that Royal Scions did perform well for us. I'm so glad I have these. I really am happy with how the card turned out. Surprisingly, Whirler Virtuoso actually shined a little bit too with its ability here, even though we didn't really have any business winning that Field of the Dead, at least one of those matches. So that's all good for us. We didn't get a chance to see Hadama's Climb do its thing, but that's totally fine. It's honestly a pet card of mine, so you could probably cut this if you actually want to do this one yourself. And then, of course, the land base, I probably would tweak it a little bit more, but it seems perfectly fine and serviceable as is. Your Attune with Ethers get out your basics. Each of the cheap fetch lands here will get out the rest of the other cards you need to fix, so I probably wouldn't touch that personally. The only way I would say I would upgrade this is update the sideboard. The sideboard needs a little bit more tweaking if you're going to play this in best 3, but it still did pretty well for it, in my opinion. Now, if I was to be also honest, I think this deck works best in best of 3. I had, honestly, I think a little bit more success there, even though the deck can be aggro with creatures. It's a little slow at times, so I think best of 3 is probably your best option for about this. Oh, what? Basically enchantments? Oh, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer, though, Den Splendid. Don't worry. I actually have begun recording the basically enchantments deck already. That one's going to be next week's deck, so don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. It is coming. So you're just going to be, if you can just be a little bit more patient, it'll be coming out soon. But otherwise, this is it for me, everybody, on this one. Now, real quick for you, didn't show it earlier, but here, this right here is a 1-for-1 on my actual deck. So this one is Explorer Pioneer Legal. The version you have here is my actual personal deck. So this is actually what I have 1-for-1 for that one. Now, having said that, this one is definitely not as strong as the Timeless one, but it still does the job and it's still pretty fun as is. So we'll talk about this one maybe in the future, maybe in a future deck tech. But for now, we're going to wrap this up here and just kind of close out as to see what is to come for the future. So we already have, we're going to stick to Timeless just for another week or so, at least until we get to Foundations. And then beginning next week, we're going to go all in on Standard for quite a while. Timeless Ascend is going to be a deck that kind of mimics a little bit of the Boros Energy deck, but for a budget version. So that's going to be coming out in a couple of days. I will be talking, of course, about my frustrations with Secret Layers in a quick little simple video that I'll put out maybe also on this weekend. As far as other future decks, some of these decks here are a little unfinished, or at least they're holding on to filler cards, at least until we get to Foundation. So they are going to be coming. And then, of course, for the future, for our basically series, we will have an enchantments deck that's coming out in the future. We will definitely have a couple more Timeless decks to play with. And then, of course, in the future, as I mentioned, we already have a basically energy deck. If you like the deck that I played today, this will be coming out in its own separate video later this month. So stick around for that one. That will be coming eventually down the pipeline. So we got plenty of decks to work with. There's so many cards to talk about that I'm really happy about that are going to be coming in Foundations. It's honestly going to make the Standard format a lot more fun to play. So I look forward to that with all of you. But otherwise, that's basically it for today, everybody. I'm really glad you all stuck with me for today. Thank you so much one more time. We're going to be doing this again next week, as I mentioned. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care. Wherever you're at, have fun, be safe out there. We will show you, of course, another awesome deck that's going to be Standard focused next week on stream. But otherwise, let's hold on one second. Wait, is it not working here? I want to get my little intro off here. There we go. And just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. See you next week, everybody. Later.